Welcome back, everybody, to Magnolia on Money, where we discuss everything financial from the economy to retirement. I'm Forrest with Magnolia Wealth Management, and today we're going to talk about your different options you have whenever you separate service from your current employer as far as your retirement funds go. Now, this can be a separation of service as far as you are leaving this employer and you're going to work somewhere else, or separation of service as far as you're retiring. Today, we're going to go through what your options are whenever you do separate service and what we recommend and the reasons why we recommend this. So for the most part, you have three options whenever you're leaving your current employer, whether you're retiring or you are leaving to go to a new employer. The first is with your 401k, you can stay in the plan. If your former employer allows you to keep the 401k where it's at, you have the option to stay in the plan. Option number two would be if you are working for a new employer and they have a 401k plan, is to roll your old 401k into the new 401k plan with your new employer. Number three would be roll over into an IRA. Now, this would be taking your 401k out of the plan once you leave that employer and putting it into an IRA, either managed by yourself or managed by a financial advisor. And we'll get into the reasons why we would recommend the rollover into an IRA, because you have different options. So option number one of why we say you should roll your money into an IRA out of the 401k is there's more investment options. Usually in a 401k plan, there's maybe 10 to 20 investment options, and you're really constricted to the investments of the 401k plan itself. You don't really have a lot of room to be independent in your investments. Number two is tax planning. Now, in our office at Magnolia, we do a lot of tax planning, circling back to qualified charitable distributions. Now, that's giving money out of these tax-deferred accounts straight to a charity. A lot of 401k plans do not allow that. Or Roth conversions, taking the money out of the tax-deferred side of your 401k, putting it into a Roth IRA where it's never taxed again. Most of your 401k plans and TSP do not allow you to do Roth conversions inside of the plan. The reason why that is because you're in the 401k plan, you have a tax liability, and whenever you are in the plan itself, the plan feels like they're associated with that tax liability. So they prefer you roll the money out into an IRA. Now the tax liability is all on you because you're the one making those decisions. And now you're taking the money out. You are liable to withhold the taxes yourself versus leaving it in the 401k plan, and you don't really have an option there. And then reason number three why you should roll it over into an IRA is you have funds independent of your former employer. So whether you've left that employer and you go to work for someone new, or you've retired, you really want to get those funds out under their umbrella as your former employer. So whether it's an old job or you've retired, the 401k plan really would allow you, and they really like you to move your funds out of the 401k plan itself into an IRA. And really, if you're not putting money into it, you're no longer working for them. That's what they would recommend as well. So we like to be independent from the 401k plan itself and don't have those constraints to go along with it. So today we wanted to get on here and kind of clear the air on some of the options whenever you retire or whenever you are leaving one employer and going to another, that you have options in your 401k. More and more we are starting to see that old 401ks just kind of stay out there with a former employer and they just linger around. And the closer we get to retirement, the harder and harder it becomes to keep up with where those funds are because custodians change, the plans change themselves. You know, there's a lot of moving parts to it. So we want to go ahead, consolidate those 401ks, whether it's rolling it over into the new 401k plan or putting it in an IRA. That way you have one statement to keep up with, not a bunch of random 401k plans out there. So thank you guys for joining me for Magnolia on Money this week. Look forward to seeing everyone next week.